Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 4th, 2019. Strong hand, be a unique beast, value your wealth in Bitcoin. Having hype, one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Offended by selling, in motion. Best guest in the space. You better believe it. Conviction. All right, people, check out the links below. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below. Follow me on Twitter, TechBalt, TechBalt. I want to say this Friday, we have a special This Week in Bitcoin. The CEO of eToro, Yanni Azia, will be on the show Friday. Yeah, that eToro that you see advertised on Ben Shapiro, that you see, big company. It's based in Israel. Yanni, the CEO, he's going to give us the CEO's perspective on what's going on in the space on Friday. This Week in Bitcoin, bring you the best guest in the space. You better believe it, baby. Best show in the space. Pound that like button. Okay, now, in the past, there have been some great shows too. So I like to tweet out flashbacks. And here's one that I tweeted out today. Again, you would have already seen this if you're following me on Twitter at TechBalt. Bitcoin flashback, September 1st, 2016. Wow, it's like 3 years ago. Bitcoin equaled $572. I said, doomers waste time. The world is not ending. You know, people were talking about the Shemitah back then. Oh, Lord. And I warned people, I said it wasn't ending. And so you can check out this 2-minute clip. Buy Bitcoin, get wealthy is what I said. Be proactive. While there were other people saying, oh, worry about the Shemitah, I straight up told people Bitcoin's $572. Get it. It's linked to below. A lot of you enjoyed that show I posted, the Trace show, the new series that I have out. What is this? What's it called here? Whatever it's called. It's for those of you with short attention spans. Focus. I can't even think of the word. Yeah, so I've got these. There's going to be more of these Bitcoin focus shows where I compile the people you like that have been on my show into like quick shows. You can take it all out real quick, learn from their knowledge, and move on. So Bitcoin focus for people that don't have time to search the archives, and some people who have short attention spans. I'm bringing it to you guys, and get ready. There's going to be a Tour de Meester one coming up soon on the Bitcoin Focus Show, a new feature of this channel. Hey, man, I'm in motion. I'm trying new things, bringing it to the people, baby. Love you guys. Pound that like button. All right. The biggest supply shock in the history of financial markets. Actually, Tour de Meester was even talking about that back in the day. You'll see that soon. We've been looking forward to this halving for quite some time. Has the halving hype started? We shall see. Short-term thinkers. This one is for you. I noticed an article that said, and it's from ESPN.com. Survey. 38 million Americans, 15% of the adult population, plan to bet on the NFL this season. That is the National Football League. That's American football for all you people outside the United States. 15% of adult Americans plan to bet on the NFL. And they're probably some of the same people, oh, income inequality, I have no money. Well, you're flushing it down the toilet. Oh my, wow. If they value their wealth in Bitcoin, they would just buy Bitcoin instead of 15% of them. What a world, what a country, what a wealthy country where people can just flush their money down the toilet like that. And then they just complain. They complain. And they're going to say, you Bitcoin holders, you had inside information. Yeah, well, they did because you watch this channel, pound that like button. But it's not really insider information. It's just common sense. You just got to wake up and not be in a trance all day watching the Packers play the Bears or whatever. You go on YouTube, you learn about Bitcoin. There you go. And you get off your gambling addiction. But it's funny. 80%ers are going to do what they're going to do. And then some smart entrepreneurs find ways to get Bitcoin involved here. Zach Voll, who's been on the This Week in Bitcoin show before, a great guest, he said 3 friends have texted him today asking him about the easiest way to get Bitcoin, specifically to use at FanDuel. Because FanDuel accepts Bitcoin deposits via BitPay now. That was announced, I believe, today. So FanDuel is you can gamble on on the NFL basically, and they now are willing to take 80%ers Bitcoin. So if you're some 80%er addict that needs to gamble, and I guess you don't want to use your credit card, and it's easier to get Bitcoin, well there you go. You can really feel foolish in 3 years when you know you actually bought Bitcoin and then you gambled it away instead of like stopping after I bought Bitcoin. That's where you stop. You don't then go to FanDuel. But good for FanDuel. They'll get some Bitcoin. I hope they value their wealth in Bitcoin. So when these schmoes, bet on the Patriots or whoever, the Dolphins. I hear the Dolphins are playing someone pretty interesting this week. I wouldn't bet on the Dolphins this week. But that once they get that money, FanDuel get that Bitcoin, they keep it in Bitcoin. It'll pay off nicely in the future. Okay, there you go. Amazing. 80% are going to do what they're going to do. So Trezor had an announcement that I missed the other day. Our newest security standard for the Trezor Model T, instead of a recovery seed, they got something, a revolution in private key backup is here. It is the Shamir backup system, okay? So this is really cool. Now, if you already have a Model T and you have a recovery seed, well, you can't convert it to this Shamir backup system. But I like it a lot. It's cool. Basically, you can get from your Trezor Model T, it can give you 6 20-word codes, recovery seeds. You can call them recovery pieces, let's call them. I forgot what word they used. But you get 6 of these, and if you lost your Trezor, in order to get everything back, you need to get 4 of these 20-word sections typed in there, okay? Now, the cool thing about this is that, you can keep them at 6 different places, and you can tell the people what they even are. And if they were to steal it from you, they could do nothing with it because they only have 1 and they need 4. So you keep it at your brother's house, you keep it at your sister's house, you keep it at your uncle's house, you keep it at your aunt's house. And then if you need, God forbid, you need a recovery seed, you then collect it, those 4. But then you've also got some at your best friend's house and your ex-girlfriend's house. So just in case one, it's a good situation here for those. And some people are familiar with this whole Shamir secret thing. It's linked to below. Check it out. Our newest security standard. But you can't convert your old seed into this, though. I mean, what you could do is move I wouldn't recommend doing this, move all your Bitcoin off of your Trezor Model T. And then if you're really that crazy, restart the whole darn thing. And then you could generate it and then send your Bitcoin to that new private key. Anyway. All right. So there's been some drama out there that people have notified me about. And the people at BSV and BCH, they're fans, they like this. They like this drama, and they're probably laughing at this and enjoying the attention they're getting. OKCoin announces, let's build Bitcoin together. Our pledge to donate up to 1,000 Bitcoin to the development of the Bitcoin community but Bitcoin community to them includes BSV and BCH, okay? So people are angry that some prominent Bitcoin developers are participating in this because it puts BSV and BCH on equal footing with Bitcoin. When we all know Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, and one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin, and one BCH does not equal one Bitcoin. One BSV does not equal one Bitcoin. Now, I can understand why developers want to raise money, want to raise funds. And I also know exactly why OKCoin is doing this, because the only way you can vote in their contest is you sign up to become one of their customers. I think you actually have to deposit money. So it's a big customer acquisition gimmick, which they're free to do. This is where the big boys play. But they want to get all the they didn't have to include BSV and BCH in this. They definitely did not need. Now they did do that. So that makes me think less of OKCoin, that they're making all three seem equivalent, and that this was a natural evolution. No, there's no. They're not in the Bitcoin community. There's only one Bitcoin. They are their own altcoins. They were crypto dividends of Bitcoin, but so people are angry that some prominent Bitcoin developers would even be putting their names into this situation. I mean, it doesn't. I think it's drama. I think there are better things to worry about. It's unfortunate that these developers, and I mentioned this on yesterday's show, you could be a technical genius. It doesn't mean you're a financial genius. If these guys been working so hard on Bitcoin all these years, I don't understand how they didn't save Bitcoin. Enough Bitcoin so they didn't have to participate. No, I mean, they might be just lending their names to help other developers get funded. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst thing, and it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world. I think it's a waste of time to worry about it too much, and that it's a free promotional tool. It really can't help Bitcoin. It's going to help Bcash and BSV a lot more. The more we talk about this, and in the long run, OKCoin is going to win the most. That exchange is going to win big time because this is getting a lot of attention. So there's my take on it. It's not the biggest deal in the world. And if you are someone interested in developing for Bitcoin, and I guess it's a commitment. You got to have some other financial incentives. Maybe you build some awesome products, but definitely understand the financial aspect, and start saving what you love, man. Save it. All right. And talk too much about that there. So Bloomberg has an article out there. I just wouldn't vilify the guys that did this. All right. I wouldn't cut them off from your, I wouldn't change your attitude toward these guys that are participating in this contest. You're trying to raise money. They don't believe that BSV and Bcash is equal to Bitcoin. All right. So Bloomberg article about what's this Union Square dude? Venture capitalist Fred Wilson may be souring on his love for Ethereum. Wilson said in 2017, Ether value would outperform Bitcoin. Ouch. Pound that like button for that was a mistake there. So yeah, he thought Ethereum was the next Bitcoin. He's very disappointed now. And maybe this is a sign that it's the bottom for, if the guy is willing to say that Ethereum is going to be bigger than Bitcoin, then I don't think he has a good grasp on the whole system. And so now that he's souring on Ethereum, maybe he's just impatient. Now, I'm definitely not saying Ethereum will ever surpass Bitcoin. Of course not. But I think there's a chance it is definitely going to stick around, and that it could definitely be something in the future. So Fred Wilson's opinion, it was really way off back in 2017. One could say, well, maybe it's way off again. All right, or off again. Maybe not way off, but off again. Link to below. All right, coin metrics here. Hang on one second. Let me do that on the side here. All right. What do we have here? Coin metrics has a statistic out there. The number of addresses holding at least 10 Bitcoins recently hit an all-time high. As of September 1st, there are 157,216 addresses holding at least 10 Bitcoin. Oh, wow. Strong hands getting stronger there. And you know, how many addresses do you control that have 10 Bitcoin? That's another question. Good. I think that's a good statistic. Now again, you don't want to reuse addresses too much. I'm not encouraging that, but it does seem like people are getting the hang of it. That you're supposed to, you get 1, you get 2, you get 3, then you aim for 10 or more. So people are, someone's accumulating it at least. All right. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, well, that's the end of today's show. What I'm going to do for the rest of the show is go over 2 subject matters that I tried to cover yesterday, but it got garbled. There was a lot of technical difficulties. So you might have heard some of this yesterday, and the Litecoin stuff you didn't. So that's at the end. So, okay, so let's talk about Peter Schiff. You did hear me mention him. So I'm just going to read this tweet that he had out. The problem is that not too long ago, you Bitcoin bugs were touting declining Bitcoin dominance as being a healthy sign of broader crypto adoption and proof of concept. You can't have it both ways. Altcoin weakness spells trouble for Bitcoin. Just read the writing on the wall. Okay, he's making up a falsehood there. Bitcoin people were not saying a declining Bitcoin dominance was a good thing, a healthy sign of a broader crypto ecosystem. If you believe in Bitcoin, you were saying this is nonsense that all these people are piling into these ICOs. It's ridiculous. And so today we still believe that. And so altcoin weakness does not spell trouble for Bitcoin. It's good. It's these altcoiners are converting. Part of the reason Bitcoin has gone up and dominance has gone up because so many people in altcoin land have thrown in the towel and converted into the real thing, Bitcoin. So, I mean, Schiff is willing to rewrite history. And there are all sorts of people like that. So we have to point out when people are, that's not history right there. So I was notified by Meow Meow on Twitter, and he had a great response. So I linked to his response. I linked to Peter Schiff's tweet also. Now the response was, ask Tone Vase, Jimmy Song, TechBalt, Armin von Bitcoin, Mad Bitcoins, the One Vortex, etc., if they ever said something like that. Either you are lying or you have trouble distinguishing Bitcoiners from altcoiners. Now, it is possible. It is possible that he just was reading a bunch of altcoiners tweets all this time, and he doesn't know. He knows so little about Bitcoin that he does. But that's the thing. He doesn't. He knows about Bitcoin maximalists. All right. He knows about that there are guys that, because one of Schiff's lines of attacks against Bitcoin is, well, you could just print that you can make so many other altcoins. You can make so many other altcoins, and so there's really more than 21 million Bitcoin. And he knows the counter argument that the Bitcoin people say, no, Bitcoin is the real thing. One Bitcoin goes one Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. So his whole, it's total nonsense. what he's saying. It's a total rewrite of history that Bitcoin believers were once saying a drop in Bitcoin dominance was a good thing. No, they were not. They were not saying that. That altcoin meant broader crypto adoption. All right. Finally, speaking of an altcoin, Litecoin is the next Litecoin. Litecoin is the next Litecoin. Now, first of all, it has been at least. One of the things that's going on in Litecoin land, they do keep on coming up with these gimmicks that keep more and more people get into Litecoin as a backup to Bitcoin. There are true believers in Litecoin being the silver to Bitcoin gold, Litecoin being a test net for Bitcoin, that they want to own it for these reasons, and that if something ever went horribly wrong with Bitcoin, Litecoin would take over type of. There's a whole network of people, a whole interest group of people that have bought Litecoin for this. And so there's a network effect. More and more people are buying into those beliefs, and Litecoin it's becoming stronger in its place in the whole ranking, okay? It is definitely the number 3 known coin out there, okay? And it has been for quite some time. Now, again, they keep coming up with new gimmicks like this. They're going to try to incorporate Mimblewimble, so that, you know, that solidifies it also. But this network effect around being number 3 or being the go-to coin to diversify for the sake of diversification. No other coin comes close to toppling that, okay? Bcash has not done that. It is not the silver to Bitcoin's gold. And as long as the Litecoin network effect can not be toppled, all right, then there's no argument that the Bitcoin network effect can be toppled. That some coin is going to come around, some brand new coin is going to be able to get more people interested in it than Bitcoin and using it and thinking of it as Bitcoin is thought of now. Until a coin can topple Litecoin in that same manner, then there's no argument about the Bitcoin network effect being challenged, being toppled, being it being MySpace, like or Friendster. All right, that is all. Those are things that got left out yesterday or got edited out by the freaking YouTube with the technical difficulties. That's it. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. DisruptMeister.com, over 1,400 of my videos in that archive there. TECHBALT on Twitter. Pound that like button, bang that bell button, click on those squares that you see. I'll be back tomorrow, and then Friday is This Week in Bitcoin with the CEO of frickin' eToro, baby. All right.